and by Edison State College. Discover your genius.
Welcome back, Southwest Florida. Without further ado, I'm so delighted to have him as a first-time guest on the show. Bill, why don't you pick up that cup there? We're going to bump out cups as an inaugural first time on the show. And it's put it right back now. Private investigator. By the way, before I get to Bill, everybody who's emailing me about how to get these cups, just go to leapitslive.com. You'll see it on the screen right there. I'm going to give Steve time to bump it up. Go to leapitslive.com. You see right there, it tells you how to get the cups for $12. PayPal, we'll mail them out to you. You'll be able to watch Lee Pitts Live, an autographed cup, while you're watching the show. And while you're over there, you can hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, and you can also just email us from Lee Pitts Live. Contact us, okay? Thanks a lot, Steve. Bill, private investigator, okay?
Yes,
let's just start with that. As a private investigator, how are you going to be private sitting right there looking at me? Well, everybody see your face.
First of all, Lee, thank you for having me in the show.
Glad to have you.
Congratulations on your 20th. I'm not always the one that's going out there.
Okay.
I have a team of investigators that are skilled and versed in private investigation. They're the ones doing most of the work out there. I'm sort of behind the scenes.
Okay. And also, people are not going to remember every face they see anyway. They don't know people investigating. That's why they keep themselves private in the first place, right?
That's correct.
Let's go to your background is pretty extensive. And for all practical purposes, you were like a forensic guy, CSI, which has made forensic very popular. And you also a retired police detective. Where were you a police detective, and tell us how that works good for what you do now?
Okay, I was a police detective in the city of New York. I was a New York City cop.
Wow, that's big.
Pretty much. You're talking about a police department of 59,000 police officers. It's a lot. I was a cop for 20 years. Detective, I made detective after 10 years on the job, and I worked out of the Internal Affairs Unit for the last 13 years. I retired in 2005. And it makes what I do kind of interesting because I bring with me my investigative skills from the Internal Affairs Unit, and I bring it into the private investigative sector.
Excellent. Now, you're a unique person in the annals of history, and we just recently experienced 911 here, 10-year anniversary. You were a first responder for 911?
Yes,
Share
sir.
with us a little insight on that.
Well, as a first responder, when that day happened, beautiful day, believe it or not, one of the ladies come out crying while we were in our office. And from our office, you have to visualize, we can see the World Trade Center roughly about a mile away.
Okay.
We can see right from the gymnasium in our building. So we're sitting there in our office. Young lady comes out crying. There's a plane just hit the World Trade Center. We go out there, and we didn't even think, it didn't dawn on us what was going on. We just see this gaping hole at the World Trade Center, and it was just so surreal. We didn't think of, just beautiful day.
Right.
How did this person not see these towers? And then suddenly we see another plane come around, smash right into the building, and then we put on the news, and we realized at that point we were under attack.
The police department did a yeoman's job in terms of, they're taking a lot of risk in that whole process. We saw the images on television with people walking down the street, white with dust on it and all of that. But it's one thing to see it on television, it's another thing to see it in person, right?
Oh, Lee, definitely. See it in person, it's just, we never experienced anything like this in our country. We see it everywhere else, and we never thought it could happen here. But when it did, it was so surreal. I mean, we were told to suit up at that point. And once the inspector told us to suit up, the building started crumbling down, and it was just devastating.
What inspired you to go into the law enforcement field in the first place?
Well, what inspired me, if I use that word, my father was killed in the streets of New York when I was 16 years old. At that point, looked up to my mom. I said, Mom, I want to be a cop and hopefully rid the streets of its crime. And that's what I did. That's what I did. And I still don't have too much closure now because the person or persons were never caught, unfortunately.
Amazing story. Now, you actually have your business now that's still investigating, finding out information. Tell us some of the aspects of your business and why you created this business.
Okay, well, the reason I created it is because I love law enforcement. 20 years in law enforcement is part of what I do, and what I do pretty well. So when I retired in 2005, I decided to create a private investigative company.
Excellent.
With the idea to help others, whether it be background checks, surveillances, which we do, cheating spouses, unfortunately, that's part of the game,
reality television has made that even more popular, right?
Yes, yes.
Cheaters.
We can't run away from
I love it, man. I watch Cheaters. Come on. Everybody watches it. Go ahead.
It does happen, unfortunately. But what we've added recently to our things that we do is cell phone forensics, which is kind of interesting because everybody has a cell phone. You got social media, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, and so many of the other ones. The texting, the sexing, and with that, we felt, well, you know what? If a company or parent wants us to go into the cell phone to find out what could be in there that can be disturbing, perhaps, we can go and extract that information from the cell phone, just like we could do with a computer. Other things we do polygraph examinations, believe it or not. We teamed up with a group of people that have polygraphs, so we use that in case people want polygraph examinations, so we can do that. The other thing
you do identity theft?
Yes, we do identity theft. That's correct.
We got about 30 seconds left. Talk about your identity theft and why it's important that people get that in place.
Okay, identity theft is important because now with the economy the way it is, you want to know where your money's at. You want to know whether or not someone has captured your identity, and if they did, they're going to use your identity possibly to go in a negative direction. Plus, it's lost for you. You don't want that. So when it comes to identity theft, we do seminars on that. A lot of it is pro bono. We do it for the banks, et cetera. We also do fraud examination to hopefully find out where identity theft is happening.
Excellent. It's good to see a brother doing that kind of stuff, man.
Well, thank you, sir.
Okay, we got your phone number on the screen. People can contact you for more information there, but we also want to mention your website, BillPerryAssociates.com. That's BillPerryAssociates.com. Go over there and check out Bill. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we'll find out who's next week's guest and some other things happening around Leap This Live world. We'll see you. We'll be right back.